Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Chale's Legacy Podcast, episode number 7. We got a special guest today. I got my co-host over here, Jacob Miranda, uncle. He interviewed, I think number 2 or number 3, I don't even remember, but
I'm number three.
number 3. Yeah, number 3.
I think it's four.
I think one of the ones, and we already saw it, man. Y'all know who he is. No introduction to him, but that's my uncle Jacob, and we got the oldest brother in the family, Mr. Frankie Miranda, my uncle. And we're gonna go ahead and interview him, ask him a couple questions. We've been trying to get him on here for a good while, man. But we're just real busy with our lives, working, and I know he's got a bunch of family, and I don't want to bother him because I know he's got his grandbabies, his kids, and but I finally got a little time with him, man, and I wanted to go ahead and speak out. Frank and my dad were really, really close, man. They had a good experience together, man. I'll let him talk about it, but I just wanted to get him on here and get it started and see what we got here. We got about 10 questions to ask him. Again, guys, I'm not gonna say if you're watching this, don't watch it, but if you're watching this, obviously you're into it because we're already on episode number 7. So leave some feedback. The subscribe, like right here. I saw it's right here. So subscribe and like it. Down here, give me a comment, give me something, guys, and we'll go from there, man. And we're just gonna chit chat and talk. And again, this is my uncle Frankie, the oldest of the family. And here we go to say anything.
No, I'm. That's
Right-
it, man.
right
I'm,
here,
just, I'm,
rocking
I'm the
it.
oldest one.
The oldest,
The oldest and the prettiest,
The
So
oldest and prettiest.
that's the way it goes.
Youngest.
The oldest and the youngest,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And then there's what 3, 4 more in between, which would be Frank, Candy, Wala, my dad, Victor, and then Jake, man. So all right, man, we're gonna go ahead and start. I hope y'all like this. I hope y'all enjoy this. Again, man, we're doing this for entertainment, memories. One day, whenever Frank gets older, or years from now, man, maybe he can look back and show his kids and everybody like that, man. We can look back, and I had to get him on. I needed to get him on, and I'm glad he's here. So I really appreciate you coming through, Frank. All right, man. First one, just introduce yourself, Frank.
I'm Francisco Miranda, Frank Miranda Jr. My dad, my mom, Pancho and Emma Miranda. Just about everyone knows them. Had 5 younger brothers, and for me is myself, mi carnal Candy, Wala, mi hermano, Charlie, of course, Victor, and then the baby Jacob.
Jacob.
So
Favorito.
yeah. Well, anyway, as I was saying, I got my daughter Tina, my daughter Frank. I mean, my son Frank, my daughter Janina, Erica, Alyssa, and Lexi. And I got like 17 grandkids,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Too many to mention.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful, man, beautiful. Let's see, get into your family, your kids, your wife, getting wife.
My wife Cecilia, we're living in Cthulhu for the longest time.
How many years
Been
married,
here,
Frank?
shit.
They hit me with
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, I know.
Put you on the
It's-
spot,
it's-
man. Put you on the
it's,
spot.
yeah.
Susie, you watching this?
I think it's
Hey.
50 years, 50 years. Anyway, we've been married a long time, bro. We've been married a long time.
The
Yeah.
years just go by.
Yeah, the years go by. Beautiful years.
Yeah, but
Pero
if
como quiera.
if you don't mind, how'd y'all meet? How'd you meet Sissy? How did everything go with that?
How's that?
How did you and your wife meet, Sissy?
Me and my wife, when I had just gone through a divorce, from my first wife, and Sissy was working at the Dairy Queen at that time. So I had Frankie and Tina here with me, and taking the kids to the Dairy Queen. She was working at Dairy Queen at that time, and I every time I'd go to the Dairy Queen, she'd give me like free cones and stuff like that. And I said, "What the hell's going on? Something's going on." So no, I met with her at the Dairy Queen, and things escalated from there, man. We finally got together and got married, had kids and everything like that. So
Shout out to Sissy,
So,
man. We love you, man.
my
Thank
beautiful
you,
wife.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me have my uncle here, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate
yeah,
it,
Thanks for putting 2 cherries on his banana.
A question: how did you get the nickname Dong?
Este,
Well, first off, the family here, it's just weird. My dad started calling him that, and it just took with me. He's my tío Frankie, and I was Dong. I even have him on my phone called Dong, and I just want to know, my dad would call him, so, of course, my dad, that's his brother, and I was like, you know what? He's not Frank no more. I'm going to call him Dong. So from that day on, we always call him Dong, and just wanted to ask, well, how'd you get the nickname?
mi carnal Charlie me lo puso, y se called me, Donger, tú eres el pinche Donger. You know, can we say bad words?
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Tú eres pinche donger, que la chingada. Y le dije, ¿por qué? They can't get any women. Can't get any women. I don't know if you guys ever saw 16 Candles. The Chinese guy, that el Oriental guy, you know, that también nerdy, todo el pedo. And he finally gets a chick. Una tonota, no, poca fea, pero he was proud as hell, man. And from that day, mi carnal Charlie told me, no, tú eres el pinche donger, you know, you're the
was
donger.
prankster, man. He was funny. He was real funny.
He had nicknames for everybody. Everybody,
That's
man.
one thing, I'm glad you're here, man, because I want to get in depth in all that, man, and talk about all that. And like I said, we got about an hour. So this is our podcast, man, and this is Chale's Legacy Podcast, man. And if you like it, subscribe and just keep tuning in, man. We got a lot more coming to you guys.
Hey, before you get into all that, hey Frank, how to get into your early life with my parents, man. You know, I'm the youngest from my brother. My brother is, how many years, Frank?
I'm 61.
61.
Ahorita.
I'm 40. I'm about to be 41, so 20 years apart. 20 years
Yeah.
apart. So get into you know, growing up, how was your childhood, how everything was, man, and
Oh, you know, man, we were, my mom and my dad, you know, it's like every other family. We struggled. But my dad, you know, he was a hardworking man. My mom, you know, she always taught us right from wrong. Church every day, man. I mean, church every Sunday, every weekend. Eso no faltaba, always church. You know, estaba bien metida in the church. And we used to go to Minnesota, go to the sugar beets, work in the fields and stuff like that. Stay up there my dad would go up there during March season. And he would work up there rompiendo, plantando, and stuff like that. You know, we would go up there about a month later and go work, help with him. Nosotros estábamos muy chavalos, you know, but we would go to the summer school and stuff like that. So they would take us to summer school. My dad and my mom would work. And then we got to the age where we could start working in the fields and stuff, you know. So ya lo metíamos todos. But there was all of us. At that time, we had a pickup silver and maroon with a camper in the back. And those were good memories, man. I remember when we used to take off from here. My dad would put the camper on the truck. You know, he would put some 2x4s or 2x6s. You know, echaba un colchón and stuff like that. You know, so my mom, my dad, and me would drive in the front, and all the rest of the kids in the back.
Yeah.
Shit,
Frank was living the life of luxury.
I was about 13 years old at that time, man.
Everyone was sledding in the back.
Yeah. Y luego pues yo me casé bien chavalo, you know, I got married real young, man. So, I never really enjoyed the luxuries of everything else, you know. I had to work, pero my mom and my dad, man, they were tercos de madre que they wanted me to finish school. If it had been meant for my mom and my dad, I don't think I would have ever graduated. I was thinking about dropping out and this and that, pero my mom estaba terca, no, and they would always, you know, make sure that we were poor, man, but they always provided for everything, you know, todo el tiempo. So it's like every other family. We used to go up north, come back, comenzar la escuela, and during the summer go back and do it all over again, you know, year after year, you know. Until my mom and my dad got a little business here, Mi Tierras, el restaurant.
Okay,
it used to be a bar and a restaurant in the front, a bar in the back. And yeah, it was pretty good every weekends. And se juntaba chico de paloma. And then my dad got the license to stay till 2 o'clock in the morning. So everybody else would shut off at 12. And then all the drunks llegaban allí a las 12 o'clock at night, you know, a vironguear. Y luego, shit, sometimes we wouldn't close that damn restaurant till 4 o'clock in the morning, man, because
They would close the bar, right?
they would close the bar at 2 o'clock.
And then everybody go eat.
And then everybody wanted to go to the front.
So they're raking it up,
And
man.
me decía mi papá, digo, hey, ¿sabes qué? Because I used to help my dad in the bar in the back. Y me decía mi papá, whenever they come over here to the front, nomás dales carne asada and lo que sobró, no, don't cook anything or nothing like that.
Limited menu.
Yeah, madre. And those were good times, Chef. When at that time when my dad and my mom had the restaurant, we were all contributing, man. Yeah. I used to work in the back, and sometimes work in the front as a cashier and as a host. Tu papá jalaba ahí, you know, he would work at the bar también, en vez de acá enfrente. Your mom, Priscilla, yeah. Norma, en ese tiempo estaba we had mi tía Juana, mi tía Villina were cooks. Yeah. My mom would cook. So it was a family thing, you know. So, but those are some good times, man.
And what's
times.
currently the bar now? The restaurant isn't.
It's good times.
Shout out to Joe Jr. Joe's back and everybody, man.
Good food, man. Good food, Joe.
Y'all go check out Good Times, man. They do good stuff over there, man. Good people. Yeah.
Burgers are good, breakfast is good, lunch is good, everything's good, man. If Joe Gonzalez is cooking and my tia Diana's making tortillas, it's good.
It's good.
It's good, man.
Let me piggyback off the what Frank was saying about the cafe, man. I grew up there. I was a little kid there, and well, my parents they didn't pay for babysitters, so we had a cuartito in the back with a little bed. I don't know how many people slept in there from all the kids growing up, man. They would all sleep in there. From our family, from my mom's side of the family, because they had the restaurant before we did, because it was my tío, my abuelito Cande's restaurant, right?
Yeah,
before
abuelito
that,
Cande.
and that's how my dad and them got it. So Joe, Diana, Juan, all my mom's side, they all grew up in that area and that restaurant. So I don't know how many people slept in them beds in the back, but that's what we would do. And they would have them. Everybody would be there. It'd be a family affair, man. It was real cool.
If I'm not mistaken, man, I think we lived back there. We lived right behind them.
And
the little house, right? Yeah. I remember growing
Yeah.
up on that, man. And
See, it was my abuelito Candelario, Cande y mi abuelita. And then when my grandpa got too sick, man, ya se enfermó y todo el pedo, my mom took over. You know, she took over the restaurant. I don't know how it happened, but she took over the restaurant. And first it started the restaurant in the front, y luego mi abuelito had the little bar in the back. Yeah. So we would put a puerta in between, you know, to make sure que la paloma que estabas tirando gritos atrás, you know, they wouldn't bother the people in the front. Yeah. But the food was always real good, man, and everything. So, tuve aquellas. And then from there, we just didn't go up north anymore. Acá los quedamos aquí con Tula chinga. So,
hey, Frank, if ever you feel you need to talk about something or want to talk about something that you remember, just go for it, man. Let me know. This is your spotlight, man. So.
Yeah, the good times about the restaurant is que at some time me and your dad we started a little grupito.
Well,
La suerte band. Yeah.
That is my next question for you, man.
Me, your dad, Salomé Ruiz, Javier González, Cachito Garza, and we would just a guitar, a bass, and the drums, you know. Yeah. Yo Charlie cantando. Y se llenaba. It would get packed, man, on Saturday nights, Friday nights. And it was, we didn't charge anything like that. It was just, entertainment. Pero it would bring in profit from my dad, you know. Yeah. So, the weekends were real good. And then, pleitos and fights and, things like that, you know. So.
The good thing about that, they had built-in bartenders, bouncers, because they were all boxers.
They were all boxers at that time, yeah. Pero saying, you win some and you lose some, you know. That's the way it goes, man.
I ran into Garza. He passed away.
Cachito?
Yeah, he passed away.
Oh, Noe.
Yeah, Noe. I ran into him and he would tell me about that. Suerte band. I go, But you gave us a tape or a DVD.
A DVD,
CD tape player for Christmas.
El Chivo Garza had a little recording studio. Yeah. He always played with Mingo Saldívar, played with Flaco. He's a real known. Pues todos conocen al Chivo, everybody knows him. Yeah. And he had a little recording studio in the back. And we were trying to do something, man, at that time. Yo iba para allá to listen to the music. And ese tiempo, he was bringing up which is the Palominos now. Pero I think they were en ese tiempo, no me acuerdo si eran los Chamaquitos, or I don't remember what their name was. Pero he would bring them and they would tocaban ahí. They would play outside in the yard, ponía out tables, and he would mix their music and stuff like that. And so I asked him if he could mix a little demo for us, so we could, because in ese tiempo they had a little radio station out here in Gardendale. Victor Longoria Victor Longoria was a DJ. I don't remember who the other guy was at that time. I think it was the son of the owner. And they had a little radio station that would broadcast aquí en Cotula. So Chivo, he blessed us with a little demo tape. Just 2 songs. Nomás 2 canciones. Una que canté yo, una que cantó mi carnal Charlie. And we took it to Victor Longoria. And he did a live broadcast on us, man. So we got a little bit of notoriety. We made a couple of dances at the Latino Hall. We didn't have a complete band,
Yeah.
Los faltaba el acordeón, pero mi compadre George from Pearsall helped us out with the acordeón. El Scrubby Ramirez helped us out también. And it was good times, man. Yeah, good times.
I heard the DVD, and y'all sounded pretty good, man.
It's old songs, payaso. Yeah, so aquel Victor really boosted him up. Victor Longoria boosted him up because aquel vato, he played it for us and he kept playing it over and over for us, So Hey, van a tener un bailecito, ese y el otro. And so he got us out there. We played at the Latino Hall at that time, you know. So estaba aquí. Those are good days, man.
If I'm not mistaken, my mom was on that radio too. She cut a demo too at P&L Studios here.
Yeah, she
P&L
had
Studios really famous for Tejano music here, man.
Pat Reese.
Pat Reese.
Pat Reese had a little studio out there, man, and he had a bunch of artists come out there.
You know where Pat
and
lives now, right? Behind there, the studio out there, and a bunch
Louis'
of artists.
Dad, yeah. He's got a little recording studio in the back.
Yeah. And he
Este-
cut a lot of albums for a bunch of upcoming.
For a bunch of artists,
a bunch
man.
of people, man.
Yeah.
But my mom cut an album there, and I was there when she did it. I was a little kid, man. I just remember it was being like the Bamba where Richie's singing the song over and over and over. I was like Bob, like, come on, man, it's the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
But she played on that radio station too. That was pretty cool.
That's a good memory, man. Good memory.
Yeah,
to
I
have,
think she
man.
made a couple of songs, una cumbia, or she did like 3-4 songs out there, and you know, she would play it for us acá y este el otro, but she played it a couple of days. Victor Longoria was a good friend of my mom's, man, and good friend of ours, and he really helped us out, you know, ahí con la música y todo el pedo, chinga, so it was all right. It was good.
And to piggyback off that, Frank, back in those days, y'all used to have a lot of get-togethers, and my dad and my mom would play the guitar, and y'all would all sing.
Se encantábamos y
And it would be a good little paranda there. At
todos
the
los
house,
primos
man.
de Austin, todos los Mancías, todos los Mirandas from Austin come over here, and they would either juntarse con my dad's or at la cantina or somewhere, you know, we'd have a get together y sacaba mi papá la guitarra, no, Frankie, ven para acá. And he would call me over, no, cántate esta canción y so we'd start singing, no, comenzamos a cantar y luego ya comenzaban todos los demás y no no tenías, at that time we didn't have a radio which you could put outside and listen to unless you turn on the damn truck, pero con el acordeón all damn night, man. Va a ser una lumbrita, los Cayos, Felipe, Marcos, you know, Cayo, you know, todos de los primos, la rana, you know, all good times, man.
Yeah, sounds like
good
a time.
times.
I'm glad you're spending it out, man. Everybody
Yeah.
is watching this and have it going, man. 'Cause I never knew none of this stuff.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah,
you had
yeah.
a restaurant, but I was too little to even
Yeah.
remember, man. But that's awesome, man.
All good childhood memories, man, of all this
Yeah.
stuff. I remember them playing all the time. Every time we would get together, it'd be playing with the music and everything. And speaking of how you became a singer, Frank, how did
Pues
you,
es que I was in school at that time. I was in I think it was I think it was a senior that year, or I think it was a senior.
Hey, Frankie, sing.
Elio,
sing.
Elio Ramirez was the band director. Eli, Mr. Pérez. No, en ese tiempo no había anything else, but they were starting up a jazz band. So I was in shop. Yo andaba haciendo gabinetes y la chingada y el otro. And me and Joe Galvan and None, and I think it was Billy Salinas, we all took off to the office, came back, and then there was a lot of people at the band hall. What the hell's going on here, you know? And I think they're doing some auditions for somebody to sing, you know. So we went in there, nomás a mosquear y el otro. And ahí estaba Elio, he was on the piano. Mr. Pérez estaba ahí, el otro. And we started talking about this and that. Y luego, I think, I don't remember Elio asked me if I could sing, or Joe told him, hey, este canta o el otro, no. So at that time it was a Billy Joel song, Honesty, a Billy Joel song. Y me dijo, Elio dijo, can you try it? Y que el otro no, so yeah, está bueno, so le calé. And I guess they liked it, man. So dijo aquel vato, este vato no, el otro, Mr. Ramírez. So me sacó en ese tiempo I had typing, and I was you know, a mess up in school, man. I had typing y el otro. And dijo Elio, what class are you in? Y pues tengo el otro, para acá y para allá. Within a couple of days, man, me sacó de typing, and they put me into the band, you know. Didn't know how to play no damn instrument, didn't do nothing. But they had a competition coming up, you know. I think it was a competition in Kingsville. So me metieron con la banda y todo el pedo, el otro. And then we went to competition. Yo y, man, I can't remember her name now. Chinga, it's been so long. I graduated, you know, 40 years, you know, back, man. So it's been so long. Como quiera, we went to competition. We did area up there and stuff like that. And from there, yeah, and then we came back, did songs here, el otro. And
you're leaving out you got best male vocalist.
well,
Come on, man.
I don't want to say anything like that, man. But como quiera,
What'd you get?
I don't remember. They said they gave us I don't know if it was a one or what it was. Angie Taylor, man.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful girl, man. And the thing about it, she didn't know a lick of Spanish, pero cantaba la canción de Laura Canales. I don't remember which one it was. Y se aventaba de madre. And do you understand what you're saying? I don't know what I said, but it sounded good, huh? It sounded real good. So yeah, so it was the chaos. And after that, I just after school and stuff like that, man, I started trying to get into band in Pearsall, este el otro, y no jaló. And then came back, and me and your dad started messing around, pa acá y pa allá. I finally got a little group going, and that was it. That was the singing career right there, man. So
Hey,
tuve que
we really appreciate the Frankie talking, man. We got a lot more coming, man. But
Yeah.
like again, like I just want to, we're just starting off. I mean, we're on episode 7, but I'm gonna work on getting some mics. Sorry about all this coming back and forth, but Jake is the brother. He wanted to get involved, so I would, if I was prepared enough, I would have got 3 mics. So, we're getting it done, man, as best as we can, man. But I hope y'all are enjoying this. You got anything left else to say about that when you're the band and singing? Anything
No,
else?
pues it was just real good times, man. I really enjoyed it. Como te digo, we used to play at my dad's place, and it was alright. Estaba aquí. We enjoyed ourselves,
You
man.
got anything left else to say? 'Cause I'm gonna go into his current life and everything right now. Hey, I'll get into that. As you can tell, man, of course, we're all boxers. Mirandas are all boxers. You hear Miranda as a boxer, so simple as that, man. And this, of course, he's one of the oldest one in the family. So, but let me ask you a question, Frank. You're a truck driver? I heard you're a truck driver.
Truck
man.
driver, me and your dad, we went to school, and we were in Minnesota at that time.
I wanted to ask you, like, how did you get into trucking, and what are your memories of going to school with my dad? Because I remember you went to school with
We
my
went
dad.
to school. We went to East Grand Forks Vocational School. We graduated, no. Pero chica, they almost threw us out of school. Your dad's a cut up, man. Cut up de madre, no. So le hicieron burla al dean, all the teachers and stuff like that, no.
Go ahead and live
So
that one day.
anyway, we were working up in the fields at that time, and they had a migrant program where if you were a migrant, they would be able to send you off to school if you wanted to get an education and stuff like that. And I got to give my props to my mom and my dad, man. My dad, never finished school because se salió de la escuela bien joven y todo el pedo. Pero he got his GED. Got my mom también, no? They both did. My mom, me, my mom, my dad, my mom, Candy, mi hermano, and myself, we went into the program for the migrant program, and Charlie, your dad at that time también. No, it was just us 4 at that time. So we went to Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. That's where the college was going to be at. So we moved over there, and yo me metí in architectural drafting, and I really loved it, man, but it wasn't meant for me, Pero my mom went into accounting. My dad went to diesel mechanics. Mi hermano Candy went for diesel mechanics. They all graduated. Yo me vine para atrás temprano. We had problems con la señora y la chingada, so I just came back.
You already had
Pero
Tina. And,
I had Tina.
Okay.
Tina was the only one that I had at that time. So ya lo vinimos para atrás. I came back, pero my dad graduated. My mom graduated, and yo me quedé africano with my dad, man, because my dad, not very well educated. But he was a smart man, hardworking man. Everywhere that I went after because I got married real young, man, at 14, 15. So I had to work, because I had Tina, I had my wife, and I had my mom would always put me in school, but after school I had to work on the weekends and stuff like that. Pero yo trabajaba con mucha gente que my dad would work with, and then a lot of people would tell me, ¿tú eres hijo de Pancho? Sí. No, tu papá chinga, he's a buen trabajador de amar. He's a good hand, man. Es jale a madre que pa' qué pa' allá, no. So we all got our work ethic out of my dad. Ahorita, le digo, todos nosotros, we came out real trabajadores,
Yeah,
all of us have always worked. Pero because I think my dad, cuando estaban nosotros chavalos, he would put us to work, Tienes que trabajar, nada es gratis, mijo. He would tell you, nada es gratis en este mundo. Everything you got to work for, you got to, para poder vivir y esto y lo otro, vivir bien y esto y lo otro. So we used to work when we were chavalones. And we just kept that work ethic going up. It's not like now, no, que a lot of kids don't work, and nobody wants to work and stuff like that. Pero you get that work ethic, and you just keep going up and up and up and up. Pero me quedé africano con my dad, man, because my dad, como te digo, he didn't graduate, or he got out of school real joven, pero he was smart for numbers, man. He would come up with numbers quick, y todo el pedo, and I gotta give my dad, my mom, and my brother Candy también graduó from diesel mechanic. My brother Candy, I gotta give a props to my brother Candy. He just retired. What last Thursday, last Friday,
Congratulations, Candy.
brother. You did what
Yeah.
you got the job that I wish I had, bro. I wish I had. It didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
My pero it was rough for us, man. Más que como te digo, my dad and my mom always provided it for us. They gave us everything that they could, and when we were working the fields, trabajando en las labores, and then después del trabajo, we come back probably like in October, and my mom and my dad after the work. My dad at that time he would we were living in Oslo, Minnesota.
Yeah.
It was just 3 little houses. Pero en ese tiempo, my dad would work up there, and como te digo, Victor would go to summer school and stuff like that. Y luego, my dad had credit with all the people in town at the gas station, the comida, the bar, and stuff like that. So after the cosecha was over, my dad would get paid. Chingo de paca, because they wouldn't get paid until they finished the job. And then he would go pay off the people where he owed and everything. And that was a good thing about my dad. My dad todo el tiempo pagaba lo que debía, no? And then my dad would always tell us, hey, yeah, we're about to go back. I'm going to take you guys to, at that time it was, yo creo que era Woolworth, no me acuerdo cómo era, la mall ahí in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. And you guys can buy whatever you guys want. And at tiempo, they had those 5-stack stereos, the silver ones,
Yeah.
the big old,
Yeah.
with the big old speakers. Everybody wanted those, man,
Yeah.
so we bought those, and we'd buy bikes and stuff like that. Pero you would work you hard, pero at the very end, he would reward you with something that you wanted, man. So, yeah, I got to give my mom and my dad props for that.
Yeah. Go back into the trucking. How did you get into
Pues
trucking?
me and mi carnal Charlie, after con el tiempo, it was kind of rough for me here, so I moved to Minnesota. And your dad at that time, yo creo que tampoco no trabajando. Le dije, hey, vente para acá, we'll get over here. So, como te digo, we moved over to Minnesota over there, y luego Victor también se movió para allá. And then there was a program de los migrants, and they would offer you something. So I got into it, and I was going to go into carpentry, because I did a little bit of carpentry, did a little bit of this, y el otro. Y Charlie no sabía what he wanted todavía. Le dije, ¿sabes qué? Le dije, I'm going to go into truck driving, man. Le dije, porque there's always something for truck drivers. Digo, aquel, ¿sabes qué? I'll go with you. Le dije, no, está bueno. So we got into truck driving. It was a 6-month course, The first 3 months era puro estudiar and stuff like that. We cheat off each other and shit like that, Because we were, guachando gabachos and stuff like
My
that.
mom would tell me that she'd do most of his homework and everything.
I would stay up till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, man. Y aquel le había dormido en la casa, ¿no? Y le dije, hey, ¿hiciste tu homework? Sí, me lo hizo Priscilla. Oye, pues qué chinga, I have to stay up all damn night. And then he would pass all of his tests with flying colors y la chingada. So we both como que era graduated from East Grand Forks truck driving school. And then they would place you at places to go work. So we went to go work at a fertilizer field, From there we do grava and stuff like that, I moved up here. And then I started driving for hauling oil, and that's what I've been doing for the past 30 years, I guess 25 years, man. So, but it was all right. Me and your dad, we went to school at East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Como te digo, they almost threw us out.
Yeah.
Because your dad was a crack up, man. Todo el tiempo andaba haciendo chingaderas de esto y lo otro, ¿no? And it was snowing. En ese tiempo estaba la nieve. Y le dije, they were gonna, after the 3 months of doing all the work and stuff, they would send us, como they knew we were brothers, they would send us to Minneapolis, Duluth, to work, you go with your brother, no. So we take off and this like that. Pero when you would have to go do the training for the school, pues había nieve. And they had like, allá afuera East Grand Forks, they had like maybe 3 miles, 2 miles, 2 miles, 2 miles, like that, like a thing. So they would take you out there where you could drive on the snow. Y le dije a Charlie, le dije, hey, dale mareado aquí porque, hay nieve. Pero aquel, cabezudo de madre, y I would be doing about 20, 30 miles an hour. A mí me pasaba, chinga, pite, no, que le chinga, quítate del medio, que le chinga, este, otro. So. Pero he would do, stuff like that, man. We had a hell of a time up at the school in Detroit, Minnesota.
You said something about Dean. Something happened with the Dean?
We were walking down the aisle, and en ese tiempo, the slap in the butt, it was real big, no? Everybody was slapping the butt, no? Y venían andando, yo Charlie, venían risa, we were coming we had just eaten lunch, venían talking about somebody, I don't know what the hell we were talking about. Y luego venía el Dean, y luego Charlie, oye, como que, Dale, Mariano, cálmate. Y ya venían andando toda madre. Y yo pasé por este lado, y Charlie pasó por este lado, y el Dean pasó por el medio, ¿no? How's it going, sir? Y que para acá, para allá, hey, how's it going? Y nomás pasó el Dean y dijo Charlie, mira, like a slap in the ass. Y luego, pues, yo no me aguanté, vato. Comencé a rezar risa y se volteó el Dean como que, what the hell? These fucking Mexicans. Y luego, yo estaba parado así, y Charlie estaba parado al otro lado. Y luego les dijo como que, go on. Como, váyanse la chingada. At that time, it was the big slap in the ass. That was a thing, man. So, le dije, hey, Charlie, ya me los corrieron a la chingada, el pinche Dean. Dijo, ya sé, dijo, pero mañana lo vamos a traer y le hacemos la misma chingadera otra vez. So, we had good times, man. Good times.
You got anything, CJ?
Oh, no, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, some good stories, man. I'm already crying, man, from laughing too much. Any more memories of my dad with the trucking that you know of?
We were Viniano's. I think I've told you guys this time. Viniano's. My truck had broken, and we were working together. We started working for for Superior Crude Gathering. Andando jalando yo, René Cruz, Firo Lumbreras, Clemente González, descansa en paz, you know. Willy Gómez, me and her dad, de aquí de Cotula. Mi compadre Leo Rocha. Yeah, Leo Rocha, and we were, my truck had broken down in Corpus. Y luego dijo que el vato, hey, it's going to have to stay the night, no? So try and get a ride back home. Chinga, madre, está bueno, let me see if I can get a call. Y le hablé a tu dad, no? Hey, ¿dónde estás? Dijo aquel, dijo, apenas estoy descargando. Dijo, I'm just about done. Y he come pick me up at the garage, man. Dije, my truck broke down. Dame right para Cotula. Oh, ahorita voy, te levanto. Que le chingazo. Vino y me levantó. And vinieron platicando, you know, stopped and got, you know, some drinks and stuff. We were coming down 624. Vino platicando toda madre. Y luego, our boss, se llamaba Brian. He was from Hallisville. Toda madre, un chavalón, no venía aquí, un platicador del vato. Y los habló. En ese tiempo, they had the phones that were mounted on the dash. And le picaba start, and it had a little speaker, y luego le picabas end, you know, it would shut off. And vinimos de allá para acá, y vinimos platicando toda madre, y sonó un teléfono. Chale, cállate, porque es Brian. Y luego le dije, ok, está bueno, so, me caí, ¿no? Y le picó Charlie, ¿no? Hey, Brian, what's going on? Y que ese que el otro, y digo, Carlos, change the schedule. Tomorrow I want you to do this, and I want you to do that, y que para acá, para allá, and I want you to go over here, que ese que el otro. Okay. Y luego dijo, okay, well, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Y le picó Charlie el teléfono, y luego se me quedó mirando y dijo, fuck no, I ain't gonna go over there, you piece of shit, motherfucker, que ese que el otro. Y luego, yo comencé a reírse. Y luego se vio en el teléfono, Carlos, you didn't turn off the phone. Le picó él, no. Oh, sorry, Brian. le picó el teléfono y pagó. No, hombre, vato. From Highway 59 hasta acá. Chinga, vato. Vinieron risa todo el camino. Le dije, hey, los van a correr a la chingada. Pero he used to do shit like that, you know. So
Oh man, this is good.
that was funny, though, man. Funny.
Hey, tell them about the time that Chale saw Bigfoot.
Me habló, no me vas a creer, don, ¿qué chica pasó? Le dije, ¿qué pasó? And him and your mom were coming down.
Hey, they made me believe.
They
man.
were coming down from Freer.
I bet to this day, Princess, my mom watching this, didn't tell you because I remember you telling me about Bigfoot.
Venían, they were coming from Freer, I don't remember what the hell I was doing. Y me habló aquel, dijo, ella, no vas a creer, ¿qué chica pasó? Le dije, ¿qué pasó? Dijo, venían los Priscilla, down 624, pasando el 16. Dijo, ahí no está donde está, there's a Navy base there, you know, they usually have jets flying around and shit like that. Dijo, hey Charlie, tu Frankie no vas a creer, dijo, pero vi de como a Bigfoot, brincó y estaba como hincado, like I don't know if he was taking a shit or what, at the middle of the road, pero guachó así, y dice que Charlie que lo guachó, y I guess they started honking at it or whatever, and he kind of pulled up, and then he jumped, the fucking fence there is about 10 foot high. Yeah. Dice tu papá que lo brincó and took off running. Y se le queda mirándolo, corre el Bigfoot, ahí iría tu mamá. Y luego le dije a Charlie, le dije, no le platiques a nadie, vos te van a encerrar. Y yo, nobody believes in Bigfoot. And you're coming up with that damn story que le dije el otro. Y luego, verá, Priscilla. Y Priscilla le dije, sí lo vimos. Y dije, hijo de la chica, esto no van a encerrar.
Oh man.
Yeah, pero no, that's a story about Bigfoot on 624.
It's a beautiful story, man.
Yeah.
This is I'm so thankful and glad that you're here, Frankie.
Yeah.
Man, Memories forever, dude. I didn't hear about these, but man, and you're right. My dad was pretty crazy. He had nicknames for everybody. I think Walla was El Ranchero.
El rancherito.
Yeah. Victor was El Pez. They call him the Pez.
Canino era el professor porque estaba bien smart. Real smart.
Oh man.
Y luego a Victor le puso, en un tiempo le puso el charco. Sí, el charco. Y yo, no, ahí está el charco. ¿Por qué hay el charco? Todos le sacan la vuelta. Oh, que le sigue. Pues he had names for everybody, man. Amado también. El compi. Quiero darle saludos a toda la familia de Indiana. Mi tío Rey, mi tío Erasmo, todos los familiares. Mi tía Carmela, mi tía Connie, todos los teneyucas de aquí, mi tío Coche, Chuyito, el dijuntito Nano, mi tía Juana, mi tía Villina, mi tía Diana, mi tía Benita, mi tío Lupe, descansa en paz. We got a lot of family here in Cotula, man.
Yeah, a lot of family.
Yeah. Pero hombre, it was a good time, Chef, growing up with your dad, man.
So like going back to the boxing family, we're a boxing family. Go back to how y'all started boxing in Grand Forks or
el que comenzó todo el pedo, vato, era Walla mi carnal. Walla cuando estaba chavalón, estaba desgraciado para pelear. He sabía, he knows. Yeah. He's a real good technician, vato. El vato sabe lo que está haciendo. He knows everything like that. When we used to go to Minnesota, como te digo, we used to live in 3 little houses ahí en Oslo, Minnesota, in the fields, in summertime. My dad bought us le compró unos guantes a Walla mi carnal. My tío Erasmo used to box cuando estaba más joven. I don't remember if my tío Rey or my tío Mao did cuando estaban ellos más chavalones, but mi tío Erasmo used to box at a boxing center up there. So todos mandaban los alborotados que they wanted to learn how to box y para acá y para allá. Igual fue el que comenzó todo el pedo, ¿no? Que he wanted to box y que I wanted to box y digo, mi papá, ¿te quieres pelear? Digo, sí, te voy a comprar unos guantes, cabrón, a ver cómo te va. So my dad bought the gloves, pero lo que era Walla, Charlie, Victor y Candido, en las tardes after work, they put on the gloves. Y, they would box outside the house, entre medio de las casas, ¿no? Y my dad and my mom watching y todo el pedo, el otro. So when they moved to Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, there was a program there. Había un program, era el Boys Club, yo creo que era. O el YMCA.
There's actually a picture out there. Yeah.
Anyway, el viejito se llamaba John, un real good trainer, el vato. And when Walla found out that there was a boxing club there, le dijo a mi papá, I want to get into that gym. So dijo, no, está bueno. So my dad took us out there, a mí, en ese tiempo era me, pues a todos, all of us. We took all of us out there. And they put us in that boxing club, that boxing center. Y ya comenzaron la paloma, igual de volada, he shined, man, porque estaba desgraciado, aquel para que le quita. Cuando estaba chavalón, estaba desgraciado. Le comenzaron a conseguir peleas y todo el pedo. And they just started going from there, man. They would, I know Walla won a couple of, I think he went to nationals. Your dad went to nationals. Mi carnal Candy, I think he won regionals, and I don't know if he won state or not en Minnesota, pero en ese tiempo estaba duro, vato, porque eran puros güeros, puros gabachos, puros, y luego puros mayatitos que te tocaban bien altos, y estos estaban más chaparritos, pero Walla fue el que comenzó todo el pedo, vato. Aquel, he's always had a love for boxing, and he always wanted to get into it, and so my dad le dijo, no, está bueno. So en ese tiempo, after we got into boxing there, after they came back from Cotula, en ese tiempo, I remember Jacob was saying about the place right here in frente, aquí donde está la curva. And it was a grocery store. Era una tienda. It used to belong to Raymond y Margot Sanchez, los Sanchez family. And my dad was looking for a boxing center. And I guess he talked to Raymond en ese tiempo. Y Raymond le dijo, ¿sabes qué? Pues ahí está el building ese, you can use it if you want to. So they opened the doors for us to be able to get in there. And que ellos pusieron espejos, they hung some bags and stuff like that. So a big shout out to the Sanchez family, because they're the ones who really helped us out, man. They a mis carnales, they opened it up to be able to get in there and start working and stuff like that. Y comenzó primero Walla, Charlie, Victor, and then they started talking to los camaradas y todo el pedo. Semi Santos, Joe Torres, Healy Gonzalez. Man, we had a lot of people going through that gym, man. Aquel comenzaron a entrenar chavalones and stuff like that. El dijuntito Robert Taneyuca, Ruben Taneyuca, Seferino Salazar, Daniel Salazar, Estaban más chavalones. They were smaller, no, pero you could tell que they had a lot of potential. Daniel y Cefe Salazar were real good boxers, man. Robe también, Ruben. I don't remember Joey ever going, man, to box her, pero como te digo acá por fuera, Sammy Santos, Healy, la Macarroncita, varias palomas que iban al boxing center ahí con nosotros en ese. And that's how they started going. My dad started, they would do fundraisers, como dijo Jacob, no, and they do fundraisers and stuff like that. And my dad got the license to be able to be in the corner. So me and my dad would help out in the corner. Y yo me iba a ayudarle, because I was your dad's mid guy. El de él y el de Wale y el de Victor. Más your dad's, no. So lo que I would help them out with as much. I'd carry their stuff, carry their bags, you know, do all the promos, no. En ese tiempo, vato, mis carnales, whenever my brothers, Wala, Victor, and Charlie would walk into a boxing gym, they would always, estaban bien conocidos, vato. They would, de Walita, hijo de la chingada, llegaron los Mirandas, you know, because they would lock up the division. It was 25-19, no me acuerdo si acaso era.
32, no,
bueno, y luego they jump,
yeah.
porque me acuerdo que
in
that video they have, it's
bueno, cuando they fought in San Antonio, your dad was supposed to fight 19. He was supposed to fight 19, pero Victor, at ese tiempo, I think they were about the same weight, so Victor no podía perder peso. So le dijo, Wala, ¿sabes qué? Brinca para 25 and I'll jump to 32. Dijo, solo que, you know, así now we'll be in the same division.
Altogether.
And they just kept going up. Pero and the good thing about
we're talking about weight. That's the weight division.
The weight division.
Yeah.
Y la cosa que como lo que pasó con your dad, con Victor y con Charlie, they were the best of their division, man. I don't care. They had en ese tiempo cuando we got back from Minnesota, que llegaron para atrás aquí, the first fight that we had, me acuerdo que was a fiesta, pan de campo en Alice. Y estaba un chavalón que was real good, man. Y se lo pusieron a Charlie. Your dad was going to fight him. And he was the talk of the town, man, porque me acuerdo que en ese tiempo, I don't remember the guy's name, pero que estaba desgraciado y que nombre que, you know, it was like a 2-day competition. Your dad blew him away. Le dio una chinga bruta, no? I don't know if we stopped him or no. And it got so bad, man, que el chaval se bajó del ring and threw the finger a todos los que estaban ahí, toda la paloma, ¿no? And de ahí se comenzaron a get a little bit of recognition. Then we went to Corpus. Allá iba a pelear Orlando Calizales from Laredo. En ese tiempo Orlando was probably the top dog in lo que era Orlando and Gabby, they both world champions, you know. Orlando was the top dog en Laredo. So we went to Corpus. Pues nadie conocía a tu dad because, you know, he still hadn't, you know, picked up the name yet. So cuando fueron para allá, they were going through, I think it was a four-day competition. Your dad was winning, y Orlando también, so they met up at the very end, at the finals. Y me acuerdo que estaba Gabby ahí sentado, ¿no? Everybody, toda la paloma, hey, Gabby, que le chingaste el otro, ¿no? Gabby Canizales y el otro. And pelearon your dad y Orlando. And that was a hell of a fight, man. Tuvo buena. Them two guys, your dad y Orlando, I think they fought 3 times. I don't remember if your dad won twice and Orlando won once, or Orlando won twice or your dad. Pero todo el tiempo peleaban, vato, and it was a hell of a fight. After that, ya lo comenzaron a conocer, ¿no? Este chaval está bueno de amar y para acá y para allá. So that's where they started going from that competition to the Longview to San Antonio. My dad used to take us all the way up to Lubbock to go fight up. We had in the tiempo we had a little red van.
I remember.
Remember the van had a little camita in the back. Everybody used that van. Well, anyway, como quiera, we used to have that van, no, and we go everywhere with it, man. Me acuerdo que my dad used to take us to Lubbock, used to take us to the Plainview, diferentes partes, a ir a llevar los huercos a pelear. And everywhere that my brothers used to go, man, they estaban bien conocidos, vato. Aquí me acuerdo when my brother Wala, Victor, and Charlie fought at they fought in 3 different divisions. Pues it's on YouTube, no, you can see the amateurs. Esa pelea, cuando peleó Victor, the fight that Victor fought, le peleó a
Ruben Carrión.
Ruben Carrión, vato. Ese vato estaba desgraciado, vato. He was in the military. And le dije, a ver cómo le va a Victor. Le dije, ¿por qué este cabrón está desgraciado? Pero
currently
Ruben Carrion is currently a referee for the Texas State Commission, and he does all the pro fights and everything. And to this day, every time that we see him at the fights, he always tells Victor, "I beat you, man. I beat you."
Hey, that guy was a hell of a fighter, man. I used to watch that guy y le dije a mi papá, le dije, este chaval está pesado de madre. Le dije, ojalá a ver cómo le va a Victor, no. Pero no, Victor, vato, Victor estaba bueno. Victor's always been good, man. Ven bueno, aquel carajo chingada. And that day he showed his potential. Aquel vato enseñó, que sabía duck and move y para acá y esto y lo otro, no. I think he gave him a standing A también a Ruben. And I think that was the tiebreaker right there, man, because ya viste la pelea. If you guys get to see it on YouTube,
It's a close fight.
it's going to 1985 Golden Gloves, and you'll see the fight the Victor, Charlie, and Wala.
It's also in Chepa's page, so
Yeah,
Carlos.
and all three fights are good. Y luego your dad fought a guy that I think was at the concession stand, and they just
He was
brought
selling
it.
popcorn,
Le dijeron,
and hey,
le
you wanna
dijeron,
make some money?
we don't have anybody. Can you get in there? Y go, where am I going? Le digo, just get in the ring.
Put this on. Put this on.
So lo metieron adentro y cuando the first punches que tiró el chavalo le dije, your dad was good, man, estaba bueno tu papá. Y pues your dad de voladita lo paró. I think it was in the first or second round de volano. Y luego Wala, cuando peleó Wala, that
The negrito,
sí,
Swift, I think.
I don't remember his name, man. Pero ese carajo vato, Curtis Cornell.
Curtis
Cornell.
Cornell, yeah, yeah.
Ese vato, he was from the military, him and Ruben Carrion. And when he was coming up, because it was a five-day tournament, when he was coming up, he was stopping everybody, man, knocking everybody out y la chingada este el otro. And you could tell when the commentators, they're talking about, well, on this next fight, cuando era con Lupe and Curtis Cornell, there might be an upset y este el otro, no. Pero igual ya iba psyched up. I remember because I used to be with him in the dressing room y todo el pedo. Y estaba igual pressure. Este vato, he can't fight under pressure. El vato, he can't fight going backwards. So that's what he did, man. Y como te digo, igual es a fucking technician. Aquel cabrón sabe toda la onda. So lo trabajó bonito and gave him his loss, man. So tuve aquellas. And then from there they went to state. I used to go with your dad and Wala to state. I would work in the oil fields at that time. And me tocaba suerte que I would be 7-7. So on my 7 days off, era los días que iban a irnos para state. So I would talk to the coaches. I knew all the coaches and stuff. Like, hey, any chance I could run with you guys to, I'll pay my own way, esto y lo otro. Yeah, I could get a ride with this. So me iba con ellos en el bus. All the boxers of every division. And then me, and I would sleep on the floor. And it was your dad and probably another boxer or Eli Wala, and I'd sleep on the floor, y este el otro, but I'd be out there helping them, carrying their stuff and water bottles and, giving them rub downs y la chingada, so making them look good, So.
Hey Frank, tell him about that time that that referee would always, the Mexicano referee would always tell the guys stuff in the quarter. What are you doing?
I remember the guy's name, hombre.
Big competition.
Joe something, se llamaba aquel vato. Y he was from Corpus. Me acuerdo que I don't know if it was Charlie or Victor that fought over there, and y él ya los tenía bien conocidos el vato, no, he knew us, le gustaba como peleaban mis carnales, no, y me acuerdo que they were in a fight, and I guess Charlie or Victor was having a rough fight, and paró, I guess he slipped or something, lo paró, and he was like, what are you doing, este vato no trae nada, dale una chica, and the referee, during the fight. Y que está bueno que le chingue el otro, y nomás, pero he would always follow your dad and Wala and Charlie, man.
That's how good these guys were, man. They were known
Estaban
like
buenos
that.
de amar estos cabrones. At that time, there was we even had a couple of fights here, aquí en Cotula. We had a fight at the gym and we had a fight at the country store. En ese tiempo era el
Crazy Horse.
El Crazy Horse.
Civic Center, yeah.
My dad was able to get a gym in there, todo el pedo, vato. Esa vez peleó Victor, le peleó a una negrito, vato. I can't remember his name. Victor y ese vato would always bump también, vato. Estaban buenos. Victor le ganaba todo el tiempo, no, pero estaban buenas las peleas esas. Peleó Victor, peleó Charlie, peleó Robert Teneyuca, peleó Rubén, pero parece que peleó Seferino or Daniel. We had like 5 or 6 fights there, man. Y luego Wala, cuando iba a pelear at the very end, the guy never showed up. Never showed up. He canceled que he couldn't make it or whatever, este el otro. And then they had a fight at the gym, acá en la escuela también. They opened up the gym for us, and my dad put a ring in there. Carlos de Real, vato, his brother Joe, they they helped my dad kind of make a ring. Hicieron esto vato. The guy dedicated all of his time, a lot of material. So our hats off to the Varreal family, man. They did real good, helped out my brothers. En ese tiempo, Andy Luna was helping my dad finance, hacer esto y lo otro, no, hacer los fundraisers y todo el pedo. So everybody, man, everybody. Me acuerdo cuando my brothers used to go fight in anywhere in San Antonio, La Yoca, todos los cenones, todos los cruces,
yeah.
everybody would show up over there, man.
That's
Big
awesome,
support. Los Teas, los primos Ramírez, Chankel, Rove,
Oh yeah.
all these guys, man.
Hey, going piggyback to the fights here in Cotula, my good friend Joe Lozano Senior.
Joe Lozano.
They would get him to do judging. He goes, man, he was a prominent person here in Cotula for a while there, and
Mayor y todo
yeah, he would
yeah.
get there to go do judging, and he always tells me because when we hang out or whatever with his son, he would tell me about the times he would do that stuff, and he's like, yeah, there'll be close fights, but I always go for Cotula, man. Always go for. Hey, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, no, hombre, cuando your brothers and your dad and my brothers were fighting at that time, vato. Me acuerdo que todo el tiempo, the big following from Cotula, vato, se ponía hasta la chingada. Chingo de gente from Cotula would go over there. Anybody who followed my brothers, man, big props to you guys, man, because they had a big following here in Cotula. It was real good, man.
I don't want to take too much time because I know it's your podcast and your thing, but this is Chale's Legacy Podcast, episode number 7, and it's my uncle Frankie. We're getting interviewed. We're coming up in about 51 minutes here. I hope you all are enjoying everything. Yeah, man. We're just talking, man.
Hey, let's go now.
Let's go. But piggyback off what you were saying, man, I never knew what you meant. I mean, I heard that they would go to the gym and the Mirandas are here.
Sí.
They would always tell me, man. And one time, I was fighting up there in the LBCs, and Hector Ramos showed up.
Oh, okay.
Like, Hector Ramos was ranked number 1 in the nation or number 2 or something like that in the nation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and he was at 141. I was at 152. You know, and for the first time I saw what you meant. I understood what you meant about that, and he showed up. And when he showed up, there was this one guy, I think it was Davilas from Laredo, and they were like, he's fighting, he's 25 years old. He should already be a pro. What is he doing here? And I'm going to stop the fight. If he's going to fight my fight, I'm going to stop the fight because they knew right away Hector's going to win it. Like, so I remember my dad put me and you hear what's going on there? I go, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like, he's just already, like, he's got no, like, confidence in his fighter. He's basically saying that you're going to lose.
You're
going to lose. And he goes, that's the way he used to be for me and my brothers back then.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, that's a lot of respect.
En ese tiempo we'd go to San Antonio, los Ayalas, Tony Ayala, Mikey Ayala. In ese tiempo they were champions, man. El Cyclone, you know, they were champions up there. Blackie, the coaches ahí, Blackie, Davila, all those guys, man, you know, we used to go up there and compete. And I remember we'd go into the dressing room y, cuál la chingada, llegaron estos vatos, no, el otro, no. And I remember one time, because me and my dad, we used to go to the coaches meetings, porque comandábamos coaches. And I remember que I was one coach from San Antonio, man, I don't remember his name. And quería meterlo con your dad. Your dad, I think at that time, already had like 10 fights. Y el vato, or 11 fights. And the guy only had like 3 or 4 fights. And le dice, oh, vamos a echarlo con Miranda, que es el otro. My dad told me, hey, don't match him with my son, man. Digo, porque mi chamaco, él sabe pelear. He's gonna hurt this boy. Lo va a lastimar, vato, and he's gonna discourage him. No, pero que at that time it was the team competition. Everybody wanted the team trophy. The more boxes you took, the more they wanted the team trophy, you know. Si no podía ganar anything else, it would be a team trophy que you could take home. Pero me acuerdo en ese tiempo que estábamos ahí, my dad told that guy, no lo metas con mi chavalo, vato, dijo, because lo va a golpear, because mi chamaco sabe pelear. Lo va a golpear, dijo, and it's going to discourage him. It's all about, you know, making sure that the kids build them up, para que, you know, sepan los chavalos.
Put them level.
Tú lo quieres desgraciar, you know. So my dad was pretty good, pretty straightforward. But when we went to the coaches meeting, le dijeron algo a mi papá, mi papá wouldn't take no shit. My dad that's the way he was. We had a coach from Laredo. Him and my dad were always bumping heads. Y me acuerdo que le dijeron no me acuerdo si el machete o no me acuerdo cómo le dijeron a aquel vato chingada. And we were fighting in Randy's ballroom en ese tiempo. And something happened with Candy or Walla. And the guy levantó tiradas I think a Victor or a Walla, whoever was fighting. And se arrancó mi papá, ¿no? Para allá, and they kind of met, you know, como que, y la paloma le decía, hey, no te metas con este vato porque este es el machete. Y dije, pa, no importa madre, yo le quito el pinche machete y se lo meto en la cabeza, en la cabeza. So, you know, and mi papá had, they knew, you know, que they wouldn't mess around with him. So,
Hey,
pero,
let's speak about the, like you said, that time it was team trophy, the best, the most wins in the tournament wins the best team, the best fighter wins the best fighter trophy, and I think was it that year they fought on YouTube?
I don't remember.
When they came home, because we have like 3 or 4 trophies at the house for.
I think your dad
we had
got
3 people in that tournament.
Your dad got the best trophy, best boxer trophy. I think it was in Longview, Texas, man.
Okay, because in that 185, this is what I remember. This guys, I remember that 185, the video. We saw the video. He was here. He was still alive.
Yeah.
When Grandma gave it to me, not gave it to me, but let me watch it, and he saw it, and he's like, he was like, he believed that, but he never wanted to tell you guys. I'm gonna let you guys in a little secret, man. But he told me privately, but Dad, if you're watching this here, man, I'm sorry, man, but he told me, he goes, you believe this, son? I said, what? Dad? He goes, they gave the fighter of the night, the fighter of the tournament to Victor and to Luke. Voila, I didn't get it. I go, hey man, they're close. Their fights are pretty close, but you dominated that guy. He goes, exactly. You see what I'm saying? They gave it to them too. They didn't give it to me. He was mad, dude. He was real mad about that.
Hey, your dad was a diehard Cowboy fan, no?
Yeah, big time, man.
That's just a memory. Cuando you guys always, me acuerdo que venía, you guys would always watch Cowboy games here. Cuando venía para acá, you were all dressed in Cowboy gear, hard hats y la chingada y el otro. Y luego, your dad would always tell me, no, hey, van a jugar los Cowboys, don't come to my fucking house. Because tú eres la mala suerte. So yo venía para acá, ¿no? Y ahí se juntaba Walla, Charlie, todo lo bueno a echar la pelea. Y luego yo estaba pues como que, ¿cuándo van a meter a Charlie Woods? ¿O cuándo van a hacer? Y todos, cállate los hijos, quédate ahí, no te dijeron nada. And I remember one day, I showed up at the door here, man. I went to my mom's house, the Cowboys were playing. Y llegué aquí y luego me dijo, dije, ¿dónde están todos aquellos? Yo pensé que eran los Cowboys de aquí. No, están acá Charlie. Oh, están acá Charlie. Pues, déjame arrancar mi payaso. I came over here and knocked on the door. Your dad opened the door, ¿no? ¿Qué quieres? Le dije, pues, y le voy a echar el Cowboys game. And he looked me up and down like, pues mete para adentro, pero sit down, y no digas nada. No, está bueno que la chica. Pues, the Cowboys lost that game, man. Perdieron el pinche juego. Y luego, después del game, me acuerdo que se enojó de madre, ¿no? Estaba enojado. Y luego se paró y se me quedó mirando. Digo, ¿para qué chingada venía para mi casa? Le dije, pues, venía a ver el game. Véteme a la chingada, hijo. Tú eres la más pinche buena suerte, ya te dije que no venías para acá. Y me corrió, y ven, mira. I thought he was joking. Y estaba en serio. Y véteme a la chingada. Me corrió, le dije, es más un pinche game. He walked me outside the door. Y ya no venga para atrás. Hijo de la chingada. I remember that day, man. It was
Hey, my dad would get really mad.
Me acuerdo que
he and my mom would, they wouldn't talk, and she'd be like, your dad's mad, stay away, so yeah, we stay away.
Cuando le va a pegar a los huercos, se va a quitar el coraje con algo. Hijo de la chica.
Oh man, you got anything else to say? Hey, man, we're coming on about 58 minutes, Frank.
Okay.
Got a little bit more here, man. I got about 3 more questions for you, man. You okay?
Yeah.
Any water or
No,
anything?
I'm fine, man.
Want to talk about anything else? You
No.
Alright, since we're already on the subject with my dad and the boxing, give me one of your favorite memories with my dad. I know you have a bunch. And
A bunch, man.
I try not to.
Yeah.
I do it to everybody. I did to Jacob, my mom, Isaiah, everybody. I don't want to prepare you with this because then you go in and. But I want right here. Just give me a memory that you remember. I know you have a lot, but just give me one in particular that just hits you.
One in particular time, the time that I was the most proud of your dad's trip is cuando he went to a retreat. Your dad, vato, your dad era carajo, no. Era carajo. Not a lot of people would mess with him and stuff like that. But he was a good man, and I gotta give your dad props, vato, because you guys came out to be real good kids, man. Lo que son tú, Isaiah and Elijah. And your dad, me acuerdo, vato, que en that time se metió. He started getting real close to God. Y todo el bolote, vato. We'd be out there talking. Y pa' acá y pa' allá. We worked together for years and years, man. Drove together. Platicábamos on the CB on the radio. Trabajamos juntos chingo de años en el norte, acá. And I had a real good, close relationship with your dad. It was when he came back from the retreat. You could tell he was a changed man. Changed man de madre, vato. Cuando vino para atrás, when we went to receive him in Laredo, traba una sonrisa de lado a lado. He wanted me to go with him that time. Le dije, Charlie, le dije, no estoy listo, vato. Y, hombre, vente conmigo, vato. Y eso, el otro. Pero he went, fue con Jimmy Patterson, fue con Fiori, fue con a bunch of Rubén Ramírez, fue a bunch of other guys from Paulito, a bunch of guys from here from Cotula. They went to the retreat ahí juntos. And your dad, man, that was the proudest moment for me, que yo me puedo acordar, because you could tell que he was a changed man. Ya ven cambiado, Chepa. Everything, you could just tell la diferencia on him, ¿no? Como te digo, y no tenía vergüenza. He would pray with you, hablaba contigo, te platicaba, te daba consejos. I remember when my dad was sick. My dad was always the kind of person que era poco duro, ¿no? I'm a hugger, man. I hug everybody, you know. I kiss everybody, la chica. And your dad was basically kind of the same way. Así, no. Como te digo, my proudest moment was when your dad came back from the retreat. Venía bien cambiado. That's when I saw a big change in your dad, man. That was a proud moment for me, man.
I remember when we go to see him, we went to Laredo, and when they come out from the back or whatever, and they see the family, your dad had the biggest smile, man. He was really happy, man, and you could tell it was like.
Venía bien cambiado, vato. Cambiado de amare.
And what? I want to congratulate you. Oh, you and Isaiah just came back from a retreat this past weekend.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
that's awesome.
Yeah, but it all came down to my dad and my mom, man. I think my mom went first.
That's your second one, right?
This is my second one. My dad went. No, I don't know. One of them went first, but they started it, you know, and then my mom bought me a bracelet. I don't know, but she bought me a bracelet, and she was like, "Be like your dad," you know. But I never felt like I earned it, so I would kind of be embarrassed to wear it. So when my dad passed away, you know, and then I just felt like I needed to fulfill it, and I did. But go back on what you're saying, man. I remember when he came back, and I think I explained it on my last podcast when I talked. He came back, and he just
Bien cambiado,
big smile,
bien
man.
cambiado todo.
I came to the front because I was with my friend Leonard Graham in Waco. We went to the Baylor game, so I wasn't there to be able to pick him up that in the radio like y'all did. So when I got in, I just remember I got off the car and he met me and he just came down and big old smile and he kissed me and everything.
Let me tell you, Chep, whenever you went to, I know you did real good, man. Aquí, you know, quarterback, todo el bolote y el otro. Pero when they gave you the opportunity to go to Brenham, I think it was you and you guys picked somebody else up on the way up there.
Oh, to the All Stars or
I don't remember you.
I went to Brenham with Michael, but then the All Stars I went to Illinois with we picked up some.
Con ese vato, I remember your dad was Nerito, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
You guys picked
We
him up
met
and
him
you
in
guys
Dallas.
met him up there. Me acuerdo que your dad, man. I mean, your dad was always proud of everybody, man. You, Chepa, you, Isaiah, and Elijah. But your dad was especially proud of you, man. Me acuerdo que he couldn't stop bragging about you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate all those memories, Frank. It's a good talks, man, and I really appreciate you coming out here and talking like that, man. Go to you, man. Any goals, any dreams, anything going on? Like anything you want?
No, man. If
Not going on for
you
you?
look at como le digo a mi señora, we talk every. Que digas tú que platicamos y esto y lo otro, pero if it would come down to anything, I wouldn't change a thing in my life, man. I love where I'm at. I love my kids. I love my family. I love all my family, man. I'm just ahorita trying to take time and spend as much time as I can with my mom. My mom's already 79 years old. You know, y carto que we go, because I when I'm off, I'll take her to coffee. We'll go drink coffee, platicamos. We'll go riding around y esto y lo otro. So I'm trying to spend as much time as I can with my mom. I didn't with my dad, and I really regret that, man.
I'm gonna tell you, man. My big brother got the biggest heart, man. Biggest heart. He has 5 kids.
That I know of, yeah. I think he's
Biggest heart, man. He's the best grandpa. He's the best everything, man. And he's the best big brother, man. He's got the biggest heart, man.
Hey, let me say, because we're really far apart, man. Yeah, Jacob. Cuando estábamos en el norte, it was just, I think Victor was like 11 years old, and we were at the Piggly Wiggly. It was a grocery store at that time, and we were taking a break. We were working in the field. We took a break. Y el otro, and my mom at ese tiempo they had the cajones where you had to call. You pick up the phone and chale chingo de pesetas and make a call. And my dad, we would take a break at about 2:00 in the afternoon, and we went to the town in Nostro. And my dad se metió a la cantina, no, echarse unas beers y el otro, no. And my mom dijo, I'm gonna call my dad and abuelita y abuelito, no, just to let them know how's it going and el otro. So ya para ese tiempo, my dad got a few beers and came back and sat in the truck. So yo y Candido, we were just mondeando ahí afuera del ese, no, pegándole a la ventana y doing shit like that. And my mom's like, you know, but estábamos cagando el palo because she was trying to listen to my grandpa. Y luego, we heard my mom say something about, you know, sí, ya tengo 5 meses or 4 meses or something like that. And Candido like, what the hell's going on, you know? And la mamá dijo, no, sí, voy a ver al doctor, dijo, porque quiero estar seguro que el baby, que esto, que el otro, no. Y, a la chingada, my mom's pregnant, no? And you know, Victor was already like 12 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, no. So we went back to the truck and got anything to say. My dad's like, chole la beer, no? Y, what? Y que la chingada, no te das tonto cochino, y que la chingada el otro, no, buroso. No, ya nos dimos cuenta que mamá está esperando y es el otro, no. Y a big old smile on my dad's face. Oyeron, sí, está esperando. Oye, el viejito todavía puede y que le llegue el otro, no. So, and then pues Jacob came out, no, and me acuerdo que your dad used to, hey, no, está primo. ¿Y qué primo? El primo Jake, well, Jacob, because he was so far apart from us, no. El primo Jake, y que, hey, no, que el primo y este el otro, so.
Hey, Victor got real jealous, man. From what I hear is
hey, we couldn't live.
Victor was a baby, right? And then I came along 13 years later, and Victor got real jealous.
Victor se encelaba de madre. Me acuerdo que me decía a mi papá, hey, no dejen a Victor solo con Jacob. ¿Por qué? Digo, porque le tiene chico de celos, digo, le puede hacer algo. Jacob decía con la tetera toda madre y pasaba Victor se le queda mirando bien feo, ¿no? Como que, espérate que te pesques solo.
Hey, this by far is one of my favorite ones, man. Again, guys, this is Chale's Legacies podcast, episode number 7, interviewing my uncle Frank Miranda Jr., my uncle Jacob Miranda. We got like 2 more questions for you, man. Is that okay?
No, it's fine.
We're already about an hour and 6 minutes.
Oh, no shit, yeah. Okay,
man.
time goes by quick, man.
These, you got anything to say? Because I got 2 last questions I want to ask, man. Like I said, man, I know this is your podcast, but I really wanted to ask this question because I know my dad was a jokester with you.
Yeah.
And I know my dad had a lot of jokes with you. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of dirty jokes, man.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you one question is, what's one joke that comes to mind that has you laughing to this day? If you have one, and the one that sticks with you.
No, but he used to tell me a lot. We used to tell about a lot of jokes, but I always bring that up about the day we were coming back, man, because chinga, Chepa, after that, we couldn't stop laughing, man. Veníamos risa todo el camino para atrás. Y your dad was just, he was just a jokester, man. A todos le sacaba la garra, had a nickname for everybody, and dirty jokes, there's millions of them, man, you know, pero it was just real good times. I had a real good close with, when your dad passed away, man, we were both in the same profession, we were both truck drivers. It took me a while to get back to, I was so used to calling him, en la mañana me arrancaba, and se llegaban a 6:30, 7 o'clock, hey, ¿dónde estás? ¿Dónde andas? Y que la chica. We talk every morning, man. Todas las mañanas hablamos. And after your dad passed, I remember catching myself, you know, getting the phone, and, you know, who do I call, you know? So it hit me hard, man. I mean, me acuerdo que me and Tío Mao were having coffee a couple of days later after that. We're just sitting there, man, because Tío Mao también was real emotional. I was real emotional. And I just couldn't believe, man, you know, because, I mean, your dad had just gotten to the point where he was a real good man. He went to, yeah, you could see the big change in him, you know, and then for this to happen to him, you know, there's millions of people out here in this world, man, that deserve to not be here, man. And your dad was a good man. To me, in my heart, he was a real good man, and I can't believe that I got a little upset, you know, and en ese tiempo I was kind of angry with God because, you know, he took him away from you guys, and it's just rough, you know, because I mean, it took him at the peak when he was at his best, you know, se lo llevaron todo, and that was rough for me. So
you know, now to piggyback off that, Frank, my mom, her mom told me that that whole week before it happened, that Chale was going every day to go see her. As soon as you get here, you take off over there. And then he gave a big speech at church, praising my mom for something that she had done, and he spoke in front of all the people at church and did all kinds of stuff. And she was
I think
really,
it was
really
her
happy.
birthday, no?
I think it was
her birthday.
I wasn't here, obviously, and And she told me about it, and she goes, every day he came to see me, every day this week, like he was saying goodbye to me before he knew he was gone. And I was like, man, that that hit me kind of hard, you know.
Uh, Man, you know, when my dad died, I mean, of course, I was always been close to Jacob. Because he's younger than you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
We're 5 years apart, so I've always been, and like I mentioned before, and I think Jacob's podcast, that he was always real close to me, man. I've always been real close to Jacob, and we were actually training that at that time. Me and him.
Yeah,
He was my
that-
sparring partner, man. I would give him some good work, Frank.
Yeah.
I gave him some good work. I was a lot skinnier and fast. He just couldn't work with me, man. But then he got better, and we'll save that for another time.
Yeah.
But we had gotten real close, and then that happened. But I tell you guys, when my dad died, I remember, you called me and you would check up on me all the time, and I remember you got us season passes to the I think Fiesta, Texas. You took care of us, man. I remember that, man. It's just I know you got your family, and it's hard for you to be, every day with us, man. But I really appreciate you being there for me, Frank, and my brothers.
And the reason, Chef, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Me dolía Fredo, vato, every time I would see you, because you look so much like your dad, man. I see you, and whenever you were boxing, I used to see you wearing your cap, and you look so much like your dad, man. Y me dolía de amar. It really hurt me, man. Pero it wasn't any reason for me to stay away or nothing like that, man. It was just painful and hurtful at that time.
I knew one thing though is like if I ever needed to talk to you, you would always be there, man. I know that. It's just at that time I always needed my dad, so I didn't need to know anything. I didn't know how to barbecue, Frank. I didn't know how to do anything with the truck. I took advantage of all that because he would do it for me. But I mean,
hey, you remember the day your dad got burned
I
here?
remember. I don't remember, but I heard it. You want to tell it? You want to tell it?
Charlie, I was riding around and your dad was out there trying to start a fire. And I think it was wet wood or whatever. Y luego, hey, ¿qué chica estás haciendo? Hey, no tengo tiempo because we're going to go to church. Pero Priscilla, quería hacerle unos sausages or something like that a Priscilla. So dijo, ahorita we got to go to church, so no vengas a cagar el palo aquí, because I don't have time for that shit, no? Y luego, no, pues venían a platicar contigo de qué estaba haciendo y que para acá y para allá. So he put a shitload of lighter fluid in the thing y cerró las puertas. Y luego estaba, no, que pues que esto, que el otro, y que la chica, y que no, a la mera hora me dice Priscilla que quiere esto y lo otro, y que para acá y para allá. Y yo estaba parado así, y luego I saw him throw the match in the damn thing, pues he had already closed the lids. Y yo fui a echar chingo de lighter fluid. So cuando te aventó la mecha, it all came back at him. Y se paró. Y huelía puro. Traía todas las secas chamuscadas. Traía un pelito aquí, también estaba todo torcido. Le quemó los pelos de aquí. His shirt was all burned up. Estaba todo quemado. Y luego, que la chica el otro. Y, oye, ¿qué tiene? ¿Estás bien? Y que la chica, échale agua porque, you know. So, dijo, no, déjame darle Priscilla. So, lo llegó Priscilla. And then it was funny as hell, man, because that happened at about 11 o'clock in the morning. I came back at about 2 o'clock in the morning to check, 2 o'clock in the afternoon to check out. Y estaba todo bandeado, mira como una momia. Todo bandeado aquí, todos los brazos y aquí en la cara. Y le, oye, ¿qué chica te pasó? Pues me quemé, yo sé que te But I didn't know it was that bad. I thought te habías chamuscado. No, man, me quemé. Oh, que la chica, dije todo, pero that was funny as hell, man. Hijo de la chica. Yeah.
Man, that's a good time, man. Like I said, man, I really appreciate you coming through, Frank.
Yeah.
Man, one of these days I would like to get, hopefully,
Yeah, we can get all of them.
all of them in. Yeah. Theo Victor called me. He wants to get in it. He told me
see,
when he
yeah,
comes
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Say I got a lot of stories. I want to get Wala in me because I know Wala knows a lot about the boxing.
Yeah, yeah.
Get more in depth with the
We
boxing.
can get
Man.
all of them together and get Theo Mao with us too.
Yeah, man.
Oh, tío Mau, vato, tío, but I love all my tíos. Tío Erasmo, tío Rey, I love tío Mau. Pero tío Mau is more like a brother to us because he's our age.
Yeah.
So aquel vato se levantó con nosotros y la chingada. Y y tío Mau tiene esto, tío Mau used to get in fights y la chingada. He used to live in Pearsall. He lives in Pearsall. Y nosotros de Cotula, en Pearsall, we'd go get into fights y la chingada y a Mau se metía. Y luego we would leave him out to hang, ¿no? Porque he's got to stay in Pearsall. Y nosotros vinimos para acá, ¿no? Que van a la chingada, que esto y el otro. Y ya está Mau, pues Villachito no quería ni moverse porque, pues, he lives in Pearsall. Pero Mau is more like a brother of ours, man, because he's our age, And I love all my tíos, man, pero Mau he's one of us, Es gangster con nosotros, chingada.
It'd be good to have all the brothers in Theo Mao here, man. It'd be a good thing to do a show or something.
I had told Jacob and he said yeah, and I wanted to get you. But I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Is that maybe Grandma?
Oh,
Grandma
okay.
in here, man, talk to her
Yeah.
about the past and everything. everything going on, man. But you got anything left to say?
Uh, tell me about the time Chale got locked in the store.
Estaba viviendo in Hampshire, Illinois. Cuando estábamos chavalones, my mom and my dad took us to Hampshire, Illinois. We stayed up there for about 4 or 5 years. Your dad estaba chavalo, maybe a little smaller than Houston, I guess.
Just maybe like
And
Cammy.
maybe like yeah, about his age. Horny little sucker,
he
no.
said- he said-
Era valioso. Well, anyway, ahí estaba, we were living right here, y luego across the street estaba una botica. And it was, me acuerdo que abuelito Cande and everybody was gonna come Chicotula. Ya los andaban despidiendo de todos. Y luego todos andaban, because at the grocery store, at the botica, it was a botica, pero they had a magazine rack. Y en el magazine rack había frego de comics y todo el peo. And they had a section donde estaban todos los maniosos, ¿no? Y Charlie, I guess he went over there and se sentó ahí, se escondió en la esquina or whatever, y estaba, horcándole ahí or whatever, ¿no? Y luego, pues cerraron la tienda. Y aquel, I guess, after he was done or whatever, quiso abrir la puerta, there's nobody there. Y nosotros we were acá, que, ya los vemos, y que para acá y para allá, y mucho cuidado, y que esto y el otro. Y luego guachamos así para la esquina, y venía el dueño de la tienda, lo traía a Charlie así, y venía Charlie, y llore, ¿no? Una señora pasó por ahí andando el perro, y vio que estaba Charlie en la puerta con la boca abierta, llore, ¿no? Y luego le hablaron al dueño. So the guy came and opened up the door, no? Are you okay? So lo andó para acá, dijo, well, he got locked in the store. Well, what was he doing? Dijo, I don't know. Dijo, there's a section over there by the magazines y la chingada este y el otro. I just want to make sure he didn't steal anything or didn't take anything in his pockets. Y ahí lo tuvo trascando mi papá, dijo, no trae nada. Y ahí estaba aquel llore para acá y para allá, ¿no? Pero por valioso lo cerraron adentro de la tienda. So,
I remember hearing about that, man. It's a good time, man. Anything else?
Oh, okay, man.
Good. One more question for you, Frank. Last
Okay.
final question, man. Because we're about an hour and 17 minutes, man.
shit.
It's been a good one, man. The last thing I was not asking you a question. It's just, if this was the last video, you want to tell anything to your family? It's your time.
I love my family, man.
Your wife,
I love
your
my
kids,
wife.
everybody.
I love my beautiful wife. I love all my kids. I only got one boy, Frank. I love him with all my heart. I love my daughter Tina. I love all my girls, man. You are the world to me. All my grandkids, I love them with all my heart. I love my family. I'm so glad that you called me over here, man. I love spending time with you guys. I can't get over here as much as I can.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
busy with my kids. Jared keeps me busy all day long, man. Pero I just want to say, I've got so much love for everybody, man, and I really appreciate you having me over today, Chap. It's good times, man, when you talk about family and getting together. And I remember we used to get together every Thanksgiving, Christmas. My mom would always have comida there, and we'd all get together and parrandear y tomar y la chingada este y el otro.
Jokes, Buffy.
Jokes y este y el otro.
Buffy.
Pero pues chinga, con el tiempo everybody starts getting married y para acá y para allá, and they move away, and it's not that easy to come back and see the family and stuff like that. But the important thing is that the important ones are here. Okay, cuentan aquí están, we're here.
But
So-
the big reason why we did this, man, is that my dad's passing.
Yeah,
We're not guaranteed tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
I thought my dad was gonna be here forever, man.
yeah.
And God had different plans. I'm more than sure I know where my dad's at, and I just wanna make him proud, and anything can happen anytime, Frank. And I
Yeah,
just wanted to take my hat off to you guys, both of y'all, for being there for me and being there for my brothers, and always making sure that we're here, man. So, if you got anything else to say?
That's it, man. I really enjoyed it.
It's Chale's Legacy Podcast, episode number 7. This is my Uncle Frank, Jacob Miranda. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more, and God bless you guys, man.
Smash the like button.
Yeah, right here. I saw it was right here, boys. Right here. Thank you.